Yes, there is a giant mess behind me. This is not normally how we film. I was packing and working on packing for our vacation, and I thought there's so many like little things that I've learned over the years as like a mom of 8 children. My oldest is 18. I've packed for some trips from time to time, and there are just a few things I feel like nobody ever talks about that are actually super helpful. We're going on a road trip, not on a plane. The first thing I want to mention, because I feel like it's one of those things you kind of always forget, you remember sunscreen, right? What I often forget is bug mosquito medicine. We're going to Florida. The skeeters are a different breed in Florida, if you know what I'm saying. Everything is like a flying house cat down there. I make it a point to just never forget whatever kind of bug mosquito treatment you want to use. This is a favorite of mine. It's the Bug Balm. It's from Kate McLeod. I love her solid lotions, and this is basically kind of the same thing. It's in a, not really a stick. It almost looks like one of those Flintstone push-up pops from when we were kids. Do you remember? It's in this form, but I actually have made my own. It's just that I don't have a nice container for mine, so mine's kind of messy to travel with, but I will link you down below in the description box to the recipe. But I love the like kind of stick lotiony forms of bug stuff. Okay, next, this is for my really 30 plus ladies. Younger than that, you can get away with a little bit of like sun damage and stuff. You're all right. You still got a few more years before you got to worry about it too much. 30 plus is when it's like, it's time to start taking that seriously in terms of like sun damage on our face. These things are so cool. So these are little patches. They're called Naked Sun Shield Peptide Patches. They are like little UVB. They're SPF 50. They're clear patches. I don't want to waste them. So, you know, normally I would open the package and show you the application. I know that's what like a good YouTuber or whatever would do, but I'm waste not, want not, my friend. Okay, so I'm just not going to waste one and open it when I'm not going to use it right now. So I'll see if I can find some brand photos or something to show you, but they are like clear patches. And I just put them like right here. Even if I'm wearing a hat, a lot of times the sun bounces off the ground and up under that hat. And so these are clear. You can't see them when you're out riding bikes or hanging out by the pool and stuff. Just a really extra added layer of protection for your beautiful face. You know, you don't want to mess that up. That's how you make your money. Anybody remember that? Ashton Kutcher in that movie, he's like, my face, this is how I make my money. Next is the hydration tablets, which I'm having a little bit of a panic because I wanted to like physically show them to you, and hopefully I will find them so I can insert some B-roll here, but I can't find them right now, and it's making me like, what the heck did I do with those? How did I lose those? When I'm on vacation, you know, we don't drink enough water. If you're out, we're going to Florida, so it's gonna be very hot, and sometimes I just need like an extra boost of hydration fast and something that absorbs fast. That's why I love these. So basically it's molecular hydrogen in this tablet that dissolves into water, a good like cellular level hydration. They're fantastic. I love them. I will link you to a few different options. The hydration struggle bus is real, and I love that these take up like almost no space in your bag. They're super easy. They just dissolve into water and away you go. The other thing is that even when I'm traveling, I want to stay on top of some of my like health routines because we tend to eat poorly on vacation. I feel like that's pretty universal. We can all agree we tend to eat a little more poorly on vacation. And so I want to stay on top of my just like normal things. Plus I'm just a habits person. And so that's why I love that I can bring my Groons. If this is not your first video, then you probably have already heard me sing the praises of Groons and how much I love them. I'm even more excited because they gave us a little summertime treat, y'all. When I saw this, I was like, oh, are you kidding me? Because I already love them, the little green gummy bears. Okay, they taste amazing. It's like your own little mama fruit snack. But then they were like, we're gonna do you one better. We're gonna give you raspberry lemonade, which is a limited time release. It goes away, I believe, Labor Day. If you want to try these, if you want to get these, you got to get them now. You got to get them fast. Run, don't walk. These are the raspberry lemonade, so they have this fun little fruity shape instead of being bear shaped. I do miss the bears, but I love these as well. Now, I probably shouldn't have put that in my mouth and tried to talk because now you're gonna listen to me chew. Open one packet, 8 gummies in it. And these are not just greens or probiotic or a multivitamin. They're comprehensive, everything, all in one little packet of these 8 delicious gummies. I get the regular, which is like a low sugar option, but they do also have a sugar-free option if you want. Same comprehensive formula, just a new fun flavor profile for you. So I will be easily inserting just 7 of these little packets into my bag. They take up almost no space. I can stay on top of getting my nutrients while I'm on vacation. It's just a must for me. I highly recommend giving them a try, especially if you want to try the limited edition raspberry lemonade, which will be going away soon. So you can get up to 52% off if you use the link down below in the description box. While I hesitate to make you any kind of promises, I do feel I can confidently say, I really think you're going to love them too. I'm not going to talk about sunscreen because I don't feel like most people forget that. We remember to bring sunscreen. What we often forget is to bring something to help should we get a sunburn anyways. You forget to put sunscreen on one area, or you don't reapply when you should. Having a great cooling lotion, something to apply should you get a sunburn, and not be running to CVS at the last minute to grab just whatever. I love this one, highly recommend. They do have a spray option of this as well. It's the Project Reef Cooling Lotion from Maui, Hawaii. Hydrating after sun relief with organic aloe and peppermint. It feels amazing. It's just lovely after you have that like cat on a hot tin roof feeling on your shoulders or the back of your neck, and you're just like, ah! All right, I'm trying to decide what section to go to next. Let's go to a few like techie type things. Remember your portable chargers, all that kind of stuff. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Like, that's the standard stuff. But sometimes we forget about other little things. Having some kind of a little handheld fan, especially if you're going to Florida. I've said it before. I used to live in Florida. I spent many years as a kid there. My grandparents lived there forever. And it hits different. The heat and the humidity hits different down there. So some kind of a fan. Now I have two that I really like. This one is just a little handheld fan with 2 speeds. It charges quickly. The other one though, because if you've got a bunch of little kids, then you're probably like, yeah, I'd love to hold a fan, but I'm busy holding children, or I'm having to I've got stuff in my hands all the time. I hear you. This portable neck fan, okay, where it goes around like a necklace, okay? You just wear it like a necklace, and it just, especially if you're like perimenopausal and you just flames, okay? And you're already hot outside. Perimenopause doesn't care. It doesn't care that you're already sweaty and smelly in places you didn't even know you could sweat, and you're like, it's sweating there. It doesn't care. It's like, oh, would you like a hot flash right now? Sure. It's the garnish, if you will. Nobody wanted. The garnish nobody wanted. Nobody ever eats the garnish. Nobody actually ever wants the garnish. It also doesn't want the hot flash while already being hot. But here we are. So some kind of fan, a little handheld fan, the portable neck fan, which I love because it's hands-free, so you could still be doing other stuff, and just, all right, let's have like a hot second for the memory making aspect of trips. Now, ladies, come in close, come in close. If you don't have a straight up conversation, this is a 2-part. If you don't have a straight up, hard and honest conversation with your husband before you go on this trip, you will not be in any photos, and if you are, you'll hate them. They'll be terrible. Men have a very different way of looking at taking photos, what makes good photos, candid photos, any of that. So you need to give him just a little crash course. This is, as I'm saying this out loud, now I'm having this great idea. The former photographer in me is like, you know what I should do? I should create some kind of just like 10-minute, is that like the max attention span of husbands? Like some kind of like 5 or 10-minute course for husbands about how to take better photos of your wife on your phone. I feel like I need to do that. Men need that, don't they? I think I'm going to do that. Nobody steal that idea before I can do it. Maybe someone's already done it. Either way, you need to give him just a quick crash course, okay? And you need to tell him that it matters to you, it's important to you, and you're asking him to do it for you. Include you in the photos. Now, remember, just because they're photos, and sure, the CIA and other like government organizations are going to like look at them and see them because they're just spying on you all the time. But otherwise, no one else is. So even if you're like, oh, I don't feel so great right now, don't take a picture of me. Just take the picture. You don't have to do anything with it right now, because 5 years from now, you will be very glad to have that photo. Even if right now you is like, I don't feel good. You can see the cellulite on my legs. I look terrible. Doesn't matter. Take the dang photo and just keep it in reserves, because you'll want it later and your kids will want it later. Give your husband the crash course to take the photos. Now, the other option, and I would say to do these in conjunction, if your kids are old enough, give them a camera. Whether it be one of the like Kodak toss cameras, like take and toss cameras, or we have a camp camera for our kids, which is fantastic. So give the kids the camera and let them take some pictures on the trip. You'll find that you may actually be in some photos. Now, I always, depending on the age of your kids, the gender, that matters when you're figuring out what they're actually going to be taking photos of, let me tell you. But you give them a little direction, okay? That they're not just taking pictures of blades of grass, all right? Or anything in the bathroom, ever. You do want them to just snap away fun memories together when they're playing, doing things, etc. I highly, highly recommend making the very tiny investment in the long term for a good camera that's durable for your kids to use. Like the camp camera is just the perfect one, in my opinion, for my kids to be able to use. Because to be fair, I'm not crapping on husbands. To be fair, it's not always something that they're even thinking about. And so it's not that they don't care. It's just that it's not, it doesn't live up there. I'm not sure what does live up there, if anything. I'm just kidding. I like to use my flat iron for ironing my clothes on trips. I also like to use wrinkle release spray. I have two different ones. It doesn't matter. One is a like more pricey one from the laundress, and the other is just whatever the Downy wrinkle releaser is. It works, okay? Especially in Florida where it's like very humid and steamy. Just spray a little bit of that and freaking put your dress outside. It'll be totally flat, just like your hair. Okay, now, the other thing I want to mention though, if you're like, but Angie, I don't flat iron my hair. I don't want to spend the money on one of those big, like the paddle travel iron things that you show. Where is it? Aha! Gosh, don't miss the chair. Okay. So it might not be more cost effective, but this little tiny, look at this, it's so cute. It's a tiny little iron from Cricut. It's for tiny projects, okay? So it's just a tiny iron. It doesn't have the holes in it for steam or anything like that, but what it does have is 3 different heat settings and a cute little thing like this. And normally I just loop the cord through the handle. I'm not going to make you watch me do this, okay? I loop the cord through the handle a whole bunch of times so that it stays together with the base. And then I just bring this, which gives you the effect more like a regular iron in terms of having kind of the point there and just a nice flat surface, which can sometimes be easier, right? To just use this and a towel to iron. That's my little tip, okay? Like I said, I know you know to bring like a portable phone charger and stuff like that, but depending on where you're staying, like we're renting a house, a lot of times, you know, you'll have an outlet right by the bed, like by the nightstand or whatever. It doesn't always have everything that you need, and you want to just be able to have like one place to dump things and charge things. This thing from Anchor is so handy dandy, okay? You just plug it in, all right? And then you've got this long, very heavy duty cord, also a thing to hold it. Then you can just set this on your nightstand or on the kitchen counter, and you've got 2 regular outlets there, and then you've got your USB-C and regular USB outlets at the bottom. It's just the perfect little extension that will allow you to, you're probably used to at home, just being able to plug in everything all in one place and keeping it easy. This will allow you to do the same thing on the road. The other little handy dandy thing that I picked up probably like a month ago, and I'm like, this thing is actually kind of amazing, is this tiny little portable air inflator. If you're going on a vacation, again, to Florida or someplace where you're gonna be going in the pool and bringing like inflatables and stuff like that, to not have to stand there and huff and puff to blow up all the inflatables is so nice, right? It's nice, okay? It's easy, it's small, and it will blow up your devices for you and save your poor brain and head from all that blowing. I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. When you have 8 kids, those cute little beach bags that everybody carries, they're like, look at my cute little tiny beach bag. I just have room for my book and my Stanley. Yeah, no, I've got 8 kids, so let me just, maybe I should remove the scissors from the floor. That would be helpful. This is my big Mama Jamma bag. It's almost like a clown bag, like it looks like a joke, you know, like a clown bag. But let me tell you, when you got to haul a whole bunch of blankets and all kinds of stuff, it's the bestest. It's also like a good weekender bag, you know, if you just wanted to be able to put your stuff in it for a weekend. It does have some internal pockets and stuff like that. I don't want to linger on it too long. It's a great bag, and the only kind of bag that's actually functional when you're dragging 8 children to the beach or the pool. The last thing in this little section of sort of miscellaneous things is that I wanted to mention I don't have a Hulken. I call it a Hulken because then people know what I'm talking about. Mine is Simply Southern, I think. I still got mine on Amazon. The one I got was like half the price of a Hulken at the time. I love that thing so much. If I'm not getting on a plane, I am packing in those kinds of bags. I actually have a green one in front of me right now from Target that expands like 3 times to be just a regular like kind of duffel or into a big, long, rolling, tall rolling bag. They're so flippin' handy, especially when you're just having to put a bunch of kind of almost random things into a bag. I just find that it's so much easier to get things from the car into the house, into wherever I'm staying, when you've got like kid stuff and maybe pet stuff with you or other just random things, food items, etc. It's not just like a bunch of plastic bags that are gonna tear. Just drop them all in there and then haul that in the house because it rolls. they're just so handy, okay? So I have to mention that because I feel like, especially, obviously, it really only works if you're going on a road trip because it's not gonna fit as a carry-on. It only works for road trips, but it's excellent. Let's move on now to you, mama, some of the things for you in terms of your beauty routine. Now, I wrote down a few like tips that I have. So I'll give the tips and then we'll go into what the products are. The first tip that I wanted to tell you is that one of the things I think about before I'm going on vacation like this is getting like some kind of a nude manicure or doing that myself. Using one of the products I have that's just like a nail concealer or a ridge filler. I think the one that I've been using recently is sitting right here. This is from Transfix. So just using something like this so that I do not have to worry about my nails chipping or looking bad, because again, even if that stuff chips, it doesn't look bad. Then your nails go with everything. You just don't have to overthink it. It's all about simplifying. Think about what earrings you have that'll kind of go with the most things. If you're not ever gonna get dressed up or anything, then just whatever are your daily earrings. Just bring one pair will be fine, right? Like I love my little gold huggy hoops. These are similar except they have like it's a 3-in-1. I only have one piercing, but it makes it look like you have 3 piercings. I love that. Love that for myself, okay? I don't have to have the pain of multiple piercings, but you get the look of it. Love that. What shoes, what earrings are gonna go with the most things? A lot of us are guilty of running out right before we go on a trip and we buy some clothes and we toss them in the bag. Buy ourselves a few things. We don't even take the tags off. You just throw them in the bag. And then you get to your destination, you go to put them on and they do not quite fit right. All right. It happens, maybe not to everyone, but if it happens to you, you know the struggle. Okay. I know I'm not alone in doing that from time to time. For that reason and others, it's also really handy to have a few what I call like fashion rescue items with you. So these are things like a micro stitch gun. Doesn't take up a bunch of space, very easy to use and can solve a lot of fashion related problems for yourself and for your children and for your husband. Also, if you're going on like a tropical type vacation and maybe you've got some dresses or things like that, don't forget your sticky boobs, okay? Just one pair of sticky boobs. I could go all week and never wear a real bra and just wear my sticky boobs. I love the Cakes ones, are fantastic. They are like almost a triangle shape. So these give you a little bit of a lift. I have a Gatherall bra, which is like a solid piece that's almost like a bandeau, but you bend over and put your boobies in it and then lift and kind of pulls them together. So those just like lift them up. This one lifts them up a little bit and pulls them together a little bit. And then also this tape, this is from Gatherall, and this is a roll-on fashion adhesive. I mean, it looks like a chapstick tube, okay? It's sweat resistant, it's clear, so it's not gonna leave any kind of a film or anything like that. And it can help you just to, you know, get a top to come together and stay in place so that your tatas aren't hanging out or something like that, right? You just need the strap to sit in a certain way so that you can wear a bra if you want to. Whatever the needs are, just a little fashion glue and a pair of stick-on boobies is all that you need. Maybe not all that you need, but it's going to help a lot. Secondary to that, I want to remind you, because ask me how I know, if you are even a week near getting your period, bring your period supplies with you. Lady will show up while I'm on vacation, okay? It just happens, especially when you're in the perimenopause phase where it is literally the most unexpected guest you've ever seen in your life. Make sure that you pack those. We often forget to pack them unless we know for sure we're gonna be on our period on this trip, and it often ends in sadness. This is a little bit more if you're on a plane, but it can definitely happen if you have a long car trip. If you are like me and your body retains water, you swell, you don't have good lymphatic drainage naturally, then one of the things that always happens is like the second day of vacation, and it also has to do with just like eating a lot of chips and queso and stuff. You get all that salt, sodium, bringing something, all right, to help massage out the swelling in your face. Just this is like $5 for this little steel gua sha, and any kind of oil that you have that you can put on your face. You put freaking coconut oil from the kitchen, whatever, all right? Just something to help it glide, and just take 3 minutes to do a gua sha routine. I'm not gonna try to teach you a routine right now, but you can find them on YouTube, follow alongs, all kinds of cool videos. But just taking a few minutes to do this will help you depuff. Now, sometimes I will even bring my body one with me as well so that I can just like do my stomach, do my legs, do my arms, just do everything mostly just because I struggle in general with lymphatic drainage all over my whole body. So I'll wake up in the morning and put my feet up against the wall and let the blood flow down. I will bring these things so that I can do some quick 3 to 5 minutes, like massaging to get the fluids moving and to depuff myself. If you're one of those gals like myself who likes to get a good spray tan right before I go on vacation, sometimes, I mean, I do tan at home all the time. That's pretty much all that I do, especially right now because I've been testing out. I'm literally on like 50 different self tanners to find the best one for you guys. Okay, so you guys better watch that freaking video when it comes out, man. I swear, so much, I've wasted so much money. There are some really crap tanners out there, but there's also some great ones. Either way, you get a spray tan, whether you do it yourself or you go somewhere. When you're on vacation, you want to extend that tan, because if you're being good, you're putting on sunscreen and we're not just like frying in the sun. So this is great. This is the Bondi Sands Everyday Gradual Tanning Milk Body Moisturizer. As much as I like some of the other like daily tan, gradual tan add-ins, they already have like a tint to them. They'll stain your hands and stuff. This is nice because it's acts much more like a regular lotion, and it will just help keep the tan that you sprayed on before you left, or that you're getting naturally as well while you're on vacation. It'll just help keep it looking nice while you're there. But if you're like me and you got spider veins out the wazoo on your legs and you're wanting to cover them a little bit, it's not the cheapest thing in the world. It's part of my test products. That's what I tell myself anyways. But I actually really like it. It's called Perfect Legs Skin Miracle, a tinted multivitamin serum with caramel to prep, polish, and glow from This Works. So you massage it into your legs and it does just give your legs and your skin just like the healthiest glow. I have very like thin skin, like all over my body basically. My skin is very thin, paper thin. Part of the reason I do like using tanners and stuff is because it helps even out my skin tone. I like using things like this because it's not a full-on self tanner or anything like that. It's just a nice like skin perfecting look. Now I got to tell you ladies, if you are not owning and packing and bringing a scarf with you on vacations, you are missing out, all right? There are so many uses. I, in fact, did an entire video all about different ways to wear and style scarves, including how to wear them like as beach cover-ups, as tops in your hair, as a headband, as a neck scarf, all the different ways. But there's some really cute ties to do with these to cover up after the pool, or to pair with a pair of jeans and wear it as a top. The options are endless, but a lovely scarf like this, even if you're just tossing it on over like a simple dress to keep you, to keep the chill off when you go inside a restaurant and it's freezing, that kind of thing. A scarf is just the perfect item for that. I also have my 2 different linen scarves from Quince. They are the perfect, like, it's just so hot here for the sweater over the shoulder look when you're wearing like a cute dress or something. But we all know that you go from like 100 degrees and stifling to freezing cold. It's like somebody put you in a freezer when you go inside a restaurant and you're just sitting there and you can hardly eat because you're so cold. You don't have that problem if you bring a lovely, nice scarf with you. Trust me when I tell you, it's much better in the extreme heat as a cover than a sweater or a jacket, even a lightweight jacket. The scarf is the perfect thing for that, okay? These are things that I found myself over the years wishing I had, forgetting and being like, dang it, why didn't I bring that? And so these are just things that now I don't forget. I remember to bring, and they help make the trip smoother, easier, prevent me from having to run out and spend money last minute on things that I already own at home and just repurchasing at the vacation place. I don't love doing that, okay? Don't love doing that. This makes it so I don't have to do that, all right? Hopefully you enjoyed this video and found some of these recommendations helpful. That is it for me today, and I will see you again very soon.